So the Bronx will get the first possession. LeBron James on the wing. Rejected by Collison.
Well, you have to deny these easy shots when you can't. They send a clear message to your opponent.
Pass to Leonard. Clock at 6. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Tim Duncan picks one up.
Known for his incredible defense, Leonard's huge hands and timing really helped make an impact on that end.
That one is off.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Good on the second free throw.
And a guy any team would love to have. The quiet confidence of Kawhi has worked throughout his career.
Here's Atlanta. Here's Hamilton. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Oh, love his mindset. Go to the basket. Be aggressive.
And finished off by Wagner.
Well, there's Wagner using that size to get a good look on the drive.
Pass to Collison. Back to Westbrook. Duncan with the block.
Oh, my word. You can't play much tougher interior defense than that.
So it's Atlanta now. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Deep 2 from Collison.
Oh, really tough to run your offense with him in your face like that.
Nice D from Duncan.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
You see the defensive instincts there. That's what makes Green one of the best.
Left side, Collison. Lays it up off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
To stand, you don't see a whole lot of players, 6'10", with the perimeter skills of a Franz Wagner.
Oh, you sure don't, Kevin. And not a guy with his size, strength, and skill. And he can create shots for himself. He can finish through contact. And he will also create shots for his teammates.
Wagner from long range. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Something Wagner continues to work on. It's huge when he's connecting from outside.
Here's Westbrook into the lane. And the dunk by Westbrook.
Watch out below driving with some bad intention.
Here's Duncan. And Duncan throws it down.
And how about the timing from Duncan on the glass? Getting there to collect that offensive rebound and the putback.
It's off his foot. And the official saying it was kicked. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And finished off by Westbrook.
The artist behind many iconic throwdowns, Russell Westbrook, putting on a show.
Here's Green, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The Bronx shooting their first free throws of this.
Shooting for Bronx, Draymond Green. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
What I appreciate most about Green is his leadership. Strong vocally on and off the floor.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting.
And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Now, here is Halliburton. Out to DeRozan. 5 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
At the end of the first, Clark, in a close game so far. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
11.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
And Atlanta has possession. To Duren. Wagner with the block.
Well, that's impressive defense by Wagner. He gets himself into great position.
The offense thought it'd be an easy shot, but he proved them wrong there with authority. Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? And Duren slams it in.
That is what they want from Duren. Spike it, young fella.
And you talk about size, coach, strength, and bounce. Jalen Duren drawing comparisons now to a young Dwight Howard.
Yeah, he certainly is, Kevin. And look, I like to be careful when we're making those kind of comparisons with a young player and a Hall of Famer like Dwight Howard. But there are similarities with the athleticism and the relentless approach to defense and rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now, here is Halliburton. Still yet to score. And Halliburton slams it in.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Here's Green. Bob Beck off a great pass. That's Duncan. Duncan.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Anthony in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Oh, he just jams it right over LeBron. Wow.
Wow. Just wow. I mean, Anthony letting that creativity shine through on that finish.
Well, no matter how close you are to the rim, if the defense is lurking, consider moving the ball.
And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
And that one's good, Caruso.
Well, when he's able to find a shot he likes, Caruso can be pretty effective from range.
Here's DeRozan. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good Caruso.
And Caruso knows how to catch defenses off guard. Great work off that catch.
Here's DeRozan. After the Bronx got the three-pointer. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution for Atlanta. Jaden McDaniels. Anthony Edwards.
And so it's Atlanta with it. Trailing by 2. McDaniels on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Leonard. Out to Edwards. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, look, Edwards plays with a lot of confidence, which makes him deadly off the catch.
Caruso. It's hauled in by Gordon. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. Pass to Duren. Driving to the basket. And it's sent back by Leonard. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Andre Drummond. Nick Collison.
Leonard with the steal. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And Larry Brown wants a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Here's Atlanta. Williams looking around. Outside Edwards. Shot clock at 3. Edwards. Whoa, a little extra right there from Edwards.
Well, that was unbelievable. Not many guys can do what Ant-Man just did.
Well, Coach, we know there's a lot of expectations tied to a #1 pick. Sometimes they fall flat, but that has not been the case so far with Anthony Edwards.
Oh, it sure as heck hasn't, Kevin. But I think it starts with Anthony Edwards welcomed the expectations. He wanted the expectations, and he has pushed himself to play to that level on a nightly basis, and he's done it.
Got it. Edwards converts for 2.
Edwards plays with such ferocity.
There's the 3. Andre Drummond grabs the miss.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Edwards. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Pass to Caruso. Fires the 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Williams inside. Over in the corner, McDaniels. And finished off by McDaniel.
Well, you can't sleep on McDaniel's athleticism if you're the defense. At 6'9", he can absolutely hammer it out.
Now, here's Caruso. He's got 6. Outside Collison.